So when you was 30,
Okay.
dating was different.
Well, I'm sorry. What
For
makes
you-
what makes you think I'm still not 30?
Hi all, I am Natasha Barnes Owens, and this is another episode of the Ride Along Conversation. Today's guest, I am super excited. His name is Brett, and he is the founder of The Date Jar. You gotta check him out. So today we are going to talk about some interesting things, right? We're gonna talk about taking the guesswork and taking all the hard work and the fun, putting the fun back into dating. So he's gonna give us all of the great tips. You gotta come and take a ride with us. Come on.
Hi, I'm Bretton Key, and I am a professional nerd, a mogul in the making, and the owner of Date Jar. Date Jar is something that if you haven't downloaded, you need to download right now, but it's a dating app. And not for matchmaking and hooking up, but it's really about date ideas and suggestions and a way to schedule and make those dates happen. So it's all about quality time.
Brett,
Yes, Natasha.
before we get started all the way, I just want to know, I just need for you to tell me, give me a few characteristics about yourself.
I'm very unbiased and very non-judgmental. I accept people for who they are.
Right?
And for myself also, I would say that I am a work in progress and also tall for no reason. I'm really, really tall.
Wait a minute, when you say for no reason, what do you mean by that? Is your mom, dad, are both short?
No, they're not quite short, but my height, I'm 6'7", so, I don't know.
It's not the average height.
No, I'm not the average height. I'm not sure if my father's the mailman or what, but to my recollection, I'm pretty tall in my family, and there's not but so many people my height, so
Right.
those are some characteristics I guess that would stand out about me.
Okay. All right. So, Brett here has created this app, so to speak.
Yes, it's been a labor
It's a
of love.
dating app,
Yes,
right?
yes, I have a dating app,
And so, how did you come to that?
well, let me put some more context. So
Please.
it is a dating app, but this is not a matchmaking app. This is not your Tinder, your Bumble. So let's not go there. So I'm not here to try to hook you up with your Mr. Right or Mrs. Right or whatever. This is just an app about quality time and getting date ideas and suggestions. And this is, like I said, this is my baby. This is my labor of love. And something that I truly believe in is that dating is a necessary item to a healthy love life.
You said is an unnecessary?
A necessary.
Okay.
Capital.
Because I
Very
spoke
important.
to someone, I think it was yesterday or today, one of these days, they run it together. But they said they thought that dating wasn't necessary. It's just it's like a joy kill, kinda.
I could see that. And I mean, it does get a little bit cumbersome to some people, especially if you've been with someone for some time. It does become a little bit tougher. And that's one of the pillars on why this app is important and why it was even built. Wanted to give people things to do outside their comfort zone or find really interesting ways to reconnect with your partner. And it's designed for whatever stage you are in your relationship. So whether you are somebody who's just met someone or you've been with them for 10, 20 years, doesn't matter. The way how the suggestions are outlined, they're designed to, make you and your partner have a great time and find out new things that you enjoy or things that you don't quite like, and just give you a platform for you to do it.
Okay, so what are some of the features?
Okay, well, there's a few different features. Well, initially you get a secure profile, which, is not shared, and I'm not selling anybody's information.
Right.
But inside that profile is what saves your dates that you've been selected. Also, there's a feature is the actual jar itself, which kind of gamifies dating. So you literally, when you click and tap on the jar, you will get a random date suggestion, and you will be able to select it or not.
So you know why I like this concept?
Yes.
Because to me, it's almost like you're giving a little bit of tradition mixed, sprinkled with some modern
Yes, very,
technology.
very.
So
very
the jar is like the dating jar. It's like old school mixed with a little bit of new school funk with it.
Exactly.
Is that?
It's very true. There's nothing new under the sun is a great expression.
That is so true.
And I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to modernize it.
And that makes sense.
That makes sense. So I wanted to just literally make something in your pocket that really, like I like to coin it as your pocket playbook to help in your date life. And No, I was saying, like, what people don't really recognize is that, this idea, and I literally have a physical date jar. I literally have a jar at my home, with a bunch of written suggestions that I had came up with for this. And that's what really started this whole premise of an idea.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you was 30, dating was different.
Well, I'm sorry, what makes you think I'm still not 30?
First and foremost, we already talked about that, girl. Okay, we already talked about that. And we know that you look young. We get that. We don't see any wrinkles, anything like that. That's great. Awesome.
No, I'm in the Spence like I'm a little older. We're not
so what I'm saying, Brett, is I know for ladies, we get tired, like I'm knocking on 50 doors. I'll be 50 in July.
Okay.
So, and I'm proud of it.
Okay.
But we want to be close to our beds at a certain time.
That's fine.
So is that how it is for guys too? Like when y'all get older, like
we the same thing. Once we get pretty much settled, or once the pants come off, so to speak. It's a wrap.
It's a done deal.
Unless you're very special, where you could make them say, what you doing, and you could be laying down, and you're like, hey, I wasn't doing nothing. I'm just watching TV. When you was 2 minutes away from night, but
right.
But different strokes for different folks. But yeah, we're the same way. No different. No different. That's not even age dependent. I have friends who are younger than me and people who are older than me.
Right.
Same thing applies.
So what have you found to be like one of the biggest issues with dating?
Well, the biggest issue that I personally have found is just a lack of imagination and intention. Guys kind of have a bad stigma on, planning things and planning dates especially. And I think actually we are pretty good planners. We just need maybe a little extra help or coaxing to do so. And if you give us the right things to build something, we most likely will be able to build something good. So that's a problem, but I think it's a bad stigma that we should be able to shake.
So when you're preparing to go on a date with a female, because we like to prepare all that good stuff, should we have our checklist? Or is that taking it too far for a first date? Like we saw a person on a dating app and we're like, okay, and we agree to go on a date. And should we have our checklist? What, is that too much?
No, actually that's not too much. Knowing what you want and having your intentions in order is a good thing. However, let's not lose sight of what we're trying to do, which is the date. Let's have some fun. We want to have some fun. So let's not put too much expectation and put too much stock into that. Let's focus on being present in that moment and enjoying the company.
Yeah, I think ladies, we like to look further down the line. We like, okay, 3 months we're gonna be here, 4 months we're gonna be here, and then in a year we're gonna be walking down the aisle because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking.
The clock is always ticking, but just because you guys are always playing chess and we're playing checkers doesn't mean you always have to be on checkmate.
Yeah, you're right. That's a really good point. So what about this? You know how people say you find the love of your life. What do you think about that statement, the love of my life?
That is a great statement, but I think that's kind of a loaded question because that word and how we use it always makes it singular, but I think it should be the loves of your life. Why limit yourself?
Did you say more than one?
Yeah, more than one.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying.
Elaborate.
You trying to get
I'm
the
just
tea
saying.
and the crumpets.
Inquiring minds want to know. We all everybody want to know.
No, but seriously, I think that when it says the love of your life, I think it should be more the loves of your life. You should be pursuing more things of love and people and whatever situation that pulls that out of you. So I don't think honestly it should always be focused on a particular person. I think it should just be cultivating the right kinds of love overall.
So do you think we should have or is it possible to have more than one person in your life to satisfy you? Like maybe you have a high sex drive, and so maybe you feel like you may need 2 people, but should that be a conversation that you have in the beginning, or you find that they're not meeting your needs?
Well, that's a really good perspective. That's kind of a tough even ask. How do you even, hey honey, how's your day going? Oh yeah, by the way, Frank from work is over here, and no, it's a tough kind of question when you go to that level, but I do think it is something to be addressed in the right time or the right format. My personal opinion is that, again, you don't have to have just one person. I don't think that's the normal criteria. That's what we're kind of taught, but that seems to be the norm. But you really got to do what works for you and where you are from your relationship. And it doesn't even have to always be in regards of sexual.
Right.
It could be in the aspects of different levels of companionship, because we evolve as people, and therefore, your love should also evolve.
That's true.
Who you with. So,
if you have one takeaway from this conversation that you want your audience to get as it relates to dating or your app,
okay,
the Date Jar app. So, what is the takeaway here?
The takeaway, if you are a downloader or just remotely just giving me a second glance about the app, is I want you to come together. I want people to come together and find new ways, or create their new ways and create their own love language. Wow. That's what I want. That's really what I want. I want people to figure out the best ways for them to do things that step out their comfort zone and just, again, bring them together.
And just let it be authentic, because I think the underlying message that you're trying to convey is dating can be fun. Like, we're taking all of the fun out of dating by trying to dot every I, cross every T, or trying to get married and walk down the aisle because our biological clock is ticking. Right. But you're just saying, hey, let's just have some fun and see where.
Exactly, because
see where it will take you.
Dating, in my personal opinion, and I hope you all as well, the viewers, see this too, but dating is a never-ending item. Dating should never stop. It should not matter what level of in your relationship that you are in. Dating should never end. And why should it?
Right.
And as well, do things that are out the norm, or do things that push out your comfort zone, or just do things, again, together. Make your own reality.
Make your own magic.
Make your own magic. I love that. Yeah, make your own magic.
Make your own magic. So basically, have fun with it. Just take it down the dial. Yeah. Just go with the flow and just see exactly where love or lust or like will take you. Yeah. Whether it's with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
it's up to you. Just communicate.
I mean, the different partners and so forth. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So just let love go is what we're saying. Let love go. Let it be what it be.
Let it be what it be.
So, what did y'all think about this episode with Brett? I know we talked about red flags. Like, what are some of the red flags that you may find in the beginning of a relationship that you just know that you don't even need to continue on with an additional date? What are your thoughts? Did he leave out anything, or did you have any questions for him? Drop them right down there. Thanks for watching another episode of Ride Along Conversations. For more of these types of episodes, you can click here or here. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again. Come on and take a ride.